friends, Jewel back with another super cool astrology video. I want to talk about the conjunction between the sun and the moon in a composite chart. So composite charts are midpoint charts. It's where we put the two natal charts together and we find how you blend in the relationship itself. So the natal charts are the individual ingredients that you bring to the relationship. And the synastry is how we put those relationships into the bowl and how they mix. And then the cake that bakes up from that recipe that comes from the mixture that the two individuals bring, that bakes up into the composite chart. So it's at the synastry level that we can subtract or add to our recipe because we have the free choice, because we're at we're using our natal charts here to make this mix. We can individually choose how much or how little to respond or interact or all those different things. So the composite chart itself is not something that can be changed because it is the cake that bakes up, and when something is baked, that's what we've got. So when we have the sun and the moon in a conjunction in a composite chart, this is an essentially wonderful aspect because you blend in a very, very basically harmonious way. The wants and the needs, the masculine and the feminine, the positive and sometimes the more needfully negative are mixing in such a way where we have an essential satisfaction that comes up between the two people. There's a high level of blendability that leads to compatibility, and it can even out a lot of difficult things that you may have going on in other places in your composite chart, because there are no perfect composite charts, and we don't choose perfect composite charts when they come up because they don't challenge us. So this is one that has no challenge involved. So we typically do see challenges otherwise in a composite chart that has this, or we're not going to choose it because we're crazy humans. And so there's a wonderful integrity that we feel in a relationship that has this conjunction, because what we're saying and what we're doing is very much on the same page. What we're asking for and what we're receiving, and the ways in which we're interacting with each other, our instinctual qualities and our emotional, intuitive qualities are just working so well that we tend to have this single-mindedness about the things that we are about as a partnership. So we tend to be basically about the same things when we have this conjunction. It can cause two people to become very insular within the relationship, meaning that they look very little outside the relationship for just about anything, because they're feeling that they're getting a lot of their needs met from, just us. So it's something that will make the ease of being in the relationship one of the challenges between you, because it can, in some cases, keep us from growing as much as we should, because there's just this lack of friction between the two of us, and very much when it comes to our goals and what we would like to achieve, what emotionally we're looking for when it comes to our security and our safety needs. Those are very much being provided for. So it's very much like having a complete meal, a frozen meal that has everything in it that you need. Almost everything that you need. So you get used to eating this because it has, you like everything that's there. It's missing a few small key ingredients, though. And so you can develop certain deficiencies because, chronically you're not getting these, other trace minerals or vitamins that are not found in this, meal that you're eating every day. So that's kind of what can happen when we have a sun-moon conjunction, where it doesn't really lead us, to be living with rickets and all, having all kinds of problems. But, if we're missing a few key things, we can, have some, maybe cognitively we're suffering, or we can have some aches and pains, or, we can be getting some tingling somewhere here or there. So that's kind of what happens when we have a sun-moon conjunction. We do need to be aware that we need to find some things in other places to make sure that we are still growing and remaining interesting and remaining interested. It's such a harmonious connection that we can get complacent with this particular conjunction. But typically, it is a wonderful thing to have. And it's especially good for romantic partnerships. It's also very, very good in sibling relationships as well. We can just not ever fight and have a lot of the same, ideas and goals and values, and really find a lot of solace in each other because we have just this real harmonious understanding connection. So it works well in all types of relationships, but particularly it adds this element of no drama to a romantic relationship, and an essential friendship quality as well, because whether or not romantically we're doing well, we're always seeming to get what we need and want out of the relationship, regardless. So it's something that's very, very supportive in a composite chart. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, please subscribe to my channel. You can find me on the internet at truthandaspectastrology.com, Facebook and Instagram at Truth and Aspect Astrology. I'm mainly a relationship and intimacy astrologer, but I interpret all types of charts. And please find me on Patreon and support me over there, because as I get more popular, I'm getting more busy, so I'm finding I have much less time to make videos. And if you guys can help me out over on Patreon, then I can spend more time with you over here, and everybody wins. And so I'll be back super soon with more super cool videos. Bye-bye.